Hey, what's up, guys? Just real quick. I was in my house, just thinking about stuff. I don't actually know what my purpose was, but just oftentimes when I'm in my home, thinking about the world and everything that's happening, I primarily think about my personal relationships with people in my family, co-workers, and my peers, and what have you, and people I deal with from a day-to-day basis, whether it be from doing business or whatnot. But I just there's two things that I want to discuss, two emotions or feelings that I want to discuss that plague the black community. There are a lot of acquired. It's like how HIV is acquired. A lot of our behaviors have been acquired through interracial relationships with Caucasians. A lot of these negative behaviors are acceptable and have always been a part of European culture, but have never been a part of African culture, or African American, or Black or Hebrew culture. If you look in the Bible, mostly everything that Caucasians feel to be legal is actually against the laws of God. And black people have embraced the laws of the white man because, and the reason why I bring everybody's always, black people are always the first people to complain about race, like they're ashamed. And that's one of the um, emotions that I'm gonna deal with today is shame and pride. Vanity is also an emotion or feeling or a state that we've been infected with by living with and breeding with Caucasians. These are all things that, as God's chosen people, we should not have to deal with, but we do deal with because of our relationship to Caucasians. Um, I know that's why it's hard making these videos because they're kind of on the fly, and it's very easy to go off on a tangent. But I do want to stay focused on how we got here in so much shame and pride. Oh yeah, like I said, I like dealing with people in my everyday life. Um, I noticed that people deal with a lot of shame, and it's not shame. It's shame for their own behaviors and their actions towards you. Like, let's say somebody steals from you, but they have to see you every day, or somebody molests you and they have to see you every day. Or they violated you in some way, but you still have to deal with this person. Okay, now there's obvious, and this situation is unresolved because it's uncomfortable for you. You can't confront this person because this person is going to act as if they're a victim. If you confront them, they're going to put their hands up in the air and say, "Hey, what did I do? And why are you coming at me like this?" Even though they violated you. So that's one reaction to violation that's commonplace. And the reason why I'm making this video because I know that this happens to everybody on a daily basis because we are all disrespectful towards one another because once again that's part of European culture is it's okay to step on someone to get to the next level. And I know Europeans probably don't want to hear that, or Caucasians don't want to hear that, but it's true. Like all the things that we do that are shameful to us as a people, they, for the most part, they come from Europeans. Like these are not normal, typical African or black people, and it's sad that you guys have the ability to destroy and erase our culture, and then argue with us over what's true. Bitch, everything we say is true. You can't tell us shit about our history and culture. Everything we say is true. Like that's another thing. Caucasians, you don't. Your opinion that doesn't matter on black anything black. I don't care if it's good or bad. I don't care what you have to say. You're not black. You could never understand what it's like to be an oppressed race or be live under the rule of another entire race. And the reason why I bring up race is because, okay, let me give you an example of how insane black people are. The other day I was on Facebook, and they were talking about a black and white issue, and of course a black person chimes in, and they're like trying to save the day and save white people and trying to gain some cool points for white people, which is how all black people live. That's why we're so twisted up and backwards, because we're living for white people. But so this guy is like, oh yeah, we're talking about Biden, and this black person comes in to save white people, and it's like, or to save Biden because he probably voted for Biden. Excuse me, he came in to save Biden, and he's like, oh, this is not really an issue with Biden. This is an issue with rich white people, and it's like, this is how insane black people are, coming to try to rectify in every situation using the Martin Luther King brainwash logic, which is just totally irrational. It's like, he said that it's not a problem with Biden, it's a problem with rich white people, but Biden is a rich white person. And this is what I mean by the type of insanity that black people will go through to try to exist in this fake ass, racist ass, integrated society that Martin Luther King helped create. Burning house, as he would say. And it's he destroyed the legacy of black people, and he doesn't have to live with that legacy because, ironically, his head was blown off by the same Caucasians that he wanted to integrate with, and that is pure insanity. And a lot of black people are following the insanity of this fake ass demigod, Martin Luther King, who's probably not even in heaven. He probably went to hell for fucking being a boule government agent. But you guys are following this clown as if he's God or Jesus or something. And like, Martin Luther King is a loser. To me, he's not even a great orator. He's only saying what the white man. He probably doesn't even write his own speeches. I guarantee you, a Caucasian wrote some of those speeches for him. He's always quoting. I watched a Martin Luther King video the other day where he was quoting Rip Van Winkle, a fictional character, as if he was real. And it's just like, this is the kind of type of nonsense we deal with when we allow our enemy to choose our leaders. I'm not a fan of Martin Luther King. I don't think he's a hero. I don't think he's a martyr. I don't think he's for black people. I don't think he did anything good. I don't celebrate or worship him. I don't think he should have statues. I don't think black people should be studying or learning anything about Martin Luther King. I think if anything should be erased from history, it should be Martin Luther King and his legacy. But anyways, back to what I was talking about, shame. Like, for example, for me, it's like, I'll have a lot of people in my family that'll like talk down on me or condescend me or disrespect me for being the stern, educated, knowledgeable person that I am, because they're ignorant, and like they'll slander me and talk trash about me over something that I was right about, but then they never come back and apologize. Like, we're in the same condition, we're in the same situation as our ancestors. We haven't gotten a break. We haven't made any progress or strides. We haven't done any of that stuff. That's white propaganda. Why do white people get to say when we have overcome? We haven't overcome, and we still have the same issues: police brutality, exploitation, gentrification, genocide, poison, disease, drugs, jail. We still have all the same issues. So how are we making progress? This shit is ridiculous and insane. But go back to the main subject. I just want to set a little foundation for what's really going on. I mean, it's rare that you hear the truth these days. You always got black women trying to sugarcoat everything white people do because they have an interest. And I just want to tell all the black males out here, man, that queen piece is off the board, man. This is chess, not checkers. They didn't take the queen piece off the board, man, with that Willie Lynch propaganda. They kill us, they put us in jail, and then they take our place. And they showing white boys with black women on TV, and black women just eating it up, trading on their own people and their own race. And one thing black women got to remember is that the white man can't create black people. So you cannot have a black race without black men. So if white men are killing black men and exterminating black men, then you have no chance to survive as a black woman, because white boys can only create white people. And let me go, going back to the subject of shame. Hey, I'm doing something, so get out of the way. Move. The subject of shame. Yeah, a lot of people will violate you, and then in their shameful behaviors, they'll attempt to shun you instead of dealing with their own shame and the things that you've done. So all the people in your family that are trying to outcast you and blackball you is because of something that they did, whether it be child molester. We have a lot of molesters in our community, and then the molesters will try to make you into a villain to try to distract from their molestation, and then you got the molester's wife that'll protect the molester because they don't want to be shamed by their husband being a molester. And we are like, I'm putting all this shit on blast because I know it ain't just me. It's everybody doing that. And then you got your cousins and relatives that'll slander you and steal from you and jock your style and be jealous of you. And then they'll start acting funny to and try to make it seem like it's a problem with you because you actually have principles and morals and standards. And they go with the flow and go with the wind and they listen to that stupid ass fucking trap music that's brainwashing black people, and then they want to deal with you in the same fashion. Like, I don't listen to trap music, I don't watch Netflix, I don't watch white people sucking blood from each other, I don't watch shit like that on TV. So of course we're gonna be at odds, and of course we're gonna be beefing with each other because I don't like you cool sellout niggas. I don't like you niggas that participate in white culture. I don't like you niggas that don't know history. I don't like you niggas that go to church and let some fucking clown, ex-gangbanger, ex-pimp. They're always every pastor these days is an ex-gangbanger or ex-pimp. That's building that's taking all your money to help buy a new building or build a new building that never gets built, and they drive around in Mercedes Benz and all kind of bullshit because they're brainwashing black people and they're stealing their money. And then these idiots have the nerve to come and try to shame you for not wanting to go to church. Man, fuck them and fuck that church. And fuck all these fucking sellouts that are shaming themselves with their own behavior and then want to pretend like they're the victim. And stop being so prideful and admit to your mistake and apologize, and maybe we as black people can get along. Peace.